It's another edition of the panel brought to you by Sport Chek from Fort Hall this time because the Lumineers are in town. Stauffer's got front row seats. If you see him tonight, be sure to say hi. Jack Michaels from the Oilers Radio Network also joins us.
Everyone goes, hey? Is that Lumineers?
I believe so. Ophelia, Cleopatra, those songs. I saw them last year in the summer. They were
but
tremendous.
they're the group that goes, hey!
Yeah, they're kind of folksy.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it should be a good show. Anyway, we're talking hockey here, boys. Bob will be there. Say hi to him if you see him, like I said. Huge week for the Edmonton Oilers. They clinch a playoff spot for the first time in 11 years, 10 seasons. This building was electric. And then they win a huge divisional game against the San Jose Sharks. Just what do you make of what they're able to do this week, Jack?
Well, considering this is all new to the Edmonton Oilers, at least in the last 11 years, and for this particular group, I think it's real instructive that they have hit their stride at the exact right time of year to do it. I mean, they're in the midst of their hottest streak all year, 8-1 in their last 9 games, and the matchup that awaits on Saturday that could very well determine the path toward a Pacific Division title is against the next hottest team in the league, and that's the Anaheim Ducks, 7-0-2 in their last 9 games. The only blemish for the Oilers, head-to-head against Anaheim. They'll have a chance at redemption on Saturday, and if they get it, then they control their own destiny for their first division title in 30 years.
That'd be incredible. Stuff like Jack touched on, the Oilers are on a great streak right now, but you keep hearing from the coach and the players they're not playing their best.
Well, and sometimes that happens, especially towards the end of a run like that. And, I mean, they're outscoring teams 37-17 over the 9 games that Jack mentions. But I think it's the perfect case scenario for the players and for Todd McLellan. Great opportunity to teach and coach the group up. You still got the end result that you wanted. The process needs to be improved a little bit in terms of how you're playing. And so they got some work to do. I think they know that. They need production out of all their lines right now. Obviously, they got a couple guys that are just, I mean, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl on 9-game point-scoring streaks, but there's some others that I think have the opportunity to pick up their game and improve down the stretch and help, maybe not redeem themselves, but just, have a good kick going into the playoffs as well. So there's lots to work with here moving forward.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the Anaheim game coming up, but just how crazy was the building the other night when they clinched that game?
Well, I think it's factored in them maintaining the level of success no matter their variance in game play during the course of a game. I mean, the crowd has picked the Oilers up at times during the back half of the previous homestand and the first 3 games of this homestand. All victories. It's 7 wins in a row at home, and after a 7-7-1 start on home ice, the Oilers are tearing it up at Rogers Place. They're 15-5-3 down the stretch, and that's why I think it's real important for the Oilers to go ahead and win the division. Home ice advantage through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs with the way this club is playing at home right now could be very significant.
Bob, you were there in 06 at Rexall Place. You saw the runs in the 80s. Just what was the energy like compared to what we saw the other night?
Well, the 06 run was, to me, it was different than even what happened in the late 1990s. I think what happened in the 80s is, for those of us that grew up here, we kind of took it for granted in terms of the greatness of the team, and there was a real appreciation in 06 how special it was, and I think that's going to be the same thing that's going to occur with this year. That said, I do think this is a group, given the plethora of top-end talent that they have and the management and coaching structure that they have, that they're going to be able to sustain this for a number of years. Would not be out of the realm of possibility that Edmonton could have 6 or 7 years in the next 8 or 9 where they have 45-plus wins, which is right now where they're targeted for.
What he's saying is as great as the 06 run was, this team might actually have more talent.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, really quickly, let's look ahead to Anaheim. Let's go real quick. We got to wrap it up.
Well, the key is, I think, Bob, to withstand Anaheim's relentless forecheck and get in on their defense, which is prone to taking the odd penalty or two. That's the one thing that can get the Ducks into trouble is if they start getting into the box.
Yeah, I think Jack's 100%. I mean, they pounded the Oilers D that road game in Anaheim. Edmonton needs to do a little bit better job managing the puck, getting the puck quickly up the ice, transition, get out of their own zone.
Ducks, Oilers, first place on the line in the Pacific. Saturday night, Jack and Bob have the call for you. I've got you covered right here on EdmontonOilers.com.